YouTube was good. It's your boy, Bros Harris, aka Medusa. Hey, if this is your first time tuning in, go ahead, hit the doggone subscribe button, hit the doggone notification bell every time I post up new content. Well, it seems to be that it's, wait a minute, it seems to me that it seems to be somebody is out there crying their motherfucking ass off because of what the fuck happened on Wednesday. So here's the deal. No setup it wasn't a setup, Mr. Von Helton, or whatever the fuck you want to call yourself, right? This wasn't a government psyop, all right? Which you actually really believe in a lot of them, and for the most part, depending on what it is, so do I. However, that what happened, that ass whooping that you got on Wednesday was not the case. See, I do, anytime that I come on Hannibal Monte's show, right? And they tell me who is actually like really going to be on the show with me, as far as like, okay, if they just going to be just a guest and we just going to sit up here and we just going to, chew the fat, if you will. Okay. And just, talking. I don't do that. Yeah. Okay. And people talk and, socialize, the whole nine. And then there's those that, for the most part, they could be like, okay, well, hey, do your homework on this particular individual. So basically, that's all what the hell I did to you, Von Helton, or whatever you want to call yourself, right? I just did homework on you, just like that shit that you did 6 years ago. Talking about you developed some plans for NASA, and then you sold them to NASA. Now I'm just looking now. I'm not a smart individual, but I'm just like, okay, if you came up with some plans for NASA, right, then your living conditions should be a hell of a lot better than what they are now. I'm just looking, just going off of what your little space where you're doing your shows or whatever. Me personally, I truly would believe that you wouldn't be on YouTube talking. 9 times out of 10, that shit probably failed. And then again, it probably explains a lot on why NASA has been fucking up all these goddamn years, because they didn't actually really bought some shit from you that you probably swore up and down that it worked. Just like your motherfucking bullshit ass career in the United States Army. I mean, because I'm gonna tell you something. I told one of my soldiers about you, and for the most part, he said, "Oh, he must have meant Salvation Army." And talking about the brass, you was probably cleaning the brass using brass oil, right? To make sure that all of the faucets and stuff was clean, right? As far as being a tanker, you probably was talking about the tank behind the motherfucking toilet bowl. Now, this is what with one of my former soldiers was, told me after I told him about you, right? So, but in other case, there, Von Helton, or whoever the hell you call yourself, wasn't no setup. And see, and now that I think about it, right? That was why you were so hurried to get off of the show on Wednesday, talking about, well, I got tagged, or I got paid, I gotta go and do another show. So you probably ran your little ignorant ass over there crying from that ass whooping that you got, talking about, oh, I got set up. And they believed you, right? But like I said, you set your own self up talking about this, that, and the third, or whatever. And I told you that once I see an opening, just know I'm gonna go in. You left yourself wide open on that one, right? So it had nothing to do with Hannibal and Monty. Leave them alone, right? They just brought you on the show because it was like, okay, you was in the military, so you say. I was in the military, right? 21 years, United States Army, right? So I'm just saying, I know bullshit when I see it and smell it. And you, my friend, was a big pile of it, right? Matter of fact, now just like what I told you, right? If you smell like shit and try to cover it up, guess what? You still smell like shit. That's why motherfuckers hate your ass so goddamn much, because you smell like straight shit, guy. That's why they hate you. Go wash your motherfucking ass, right? Quit letting the dog lick your balls or whatever else, right? I'm not gonna actually really go in here and get on your case like the rest of the guys do, right? But I just thought that I would say that a little bit. Then, like I say again, all that shit that you was talking about, what happened back in 1983. Then, like I say, Ronald Reagan was president, right? So money was there. Just like I said, your ass couldn't cut it, and they kicked your ass out. Plain and simple, right? And all the politicians called you out on that shit. So, with that being said, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell Big Dad, tell Big Bertha, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa, motherfucker next door, cross street, round the corner. Paulus Harris, aka the Medusa, Domino, motherfucker, and I'm gonna holler at y'all.